The battle on the bricks was certainly interesting. Then let's talk about, I'm going to do this in one of the kind of one-shot things that I've been talking about recently, because there were a few different thoughts that I had, but I also didn't take a fully active role in watching all of it. I had some of it on catch-up, I had some of it while I was cooking, so it was live, something that did stand out for me. Cadillac is good on tracks where there are straight line advantages. It's one of those things you often saw as the meta in sim racing, but you can see it in the real world as well. I mean, I wonder if we're going to see it this weekend at Fuji for the World Endurance Championship, because it is fully possible that will happen there as well as because its first pole position. That's not to say that the 1-2 became a significantly better car. I mean, the 40 did have times where it ran into issues. There were different cars that had different cars that were back, but overall, it was a good race for mechanics. I mean, yes, Braun first position, some mammoth stick in the 60. It's impressive to see the number 24 BMW up there. It was good to see the 6 out in the second season. Also, wow, that was absolutely wild what was happening in the second that race. We saw various different stories coming up that we need to talk about, but we can talk about that as and when. But just throughout the race, there were several different things that you could look at. One of the things that I thought was quite impressive, given everything that we were talking about, I know we had safety cars that bumped people up before they got lapped, but both the Lamborghini and the Valkyrie road America, but you do have to question some of the driving standards you're seeing in it, because some of it starts to seem like you just got rid of the LMP3 and chucked the drivers in absolutely everywhere. Overall, I did enjoy watching it, but it was just wild to see how many times in something he was driving with somebody else. It's like, okay, that's another crash. That's another hill take. That's an I haven't talked about the other classes so much. I mean, it was a good win for TTS over into Europe in the end. Good recovery for AO because they just jumped around and round and around. I mean, there was the wild thing of people who got an interesting system is that you don't get told if you are allowed to overtake. Anyways, Pro is a win for the Ford, and again, another thing of that car is good with straight line stuff. I mean, the BMW is up towards the pointy end, same with the Lexus. I wonder if that's just a kind of consistent thing with those kinds of cars, but hey, we didn't see any Mercs up in the strange to say. see anywhere down to, I don't know, maybe 7th in proper theory, maybe 8th out of Hyatt just need a solid finish at between them all. They're on 1972 points. Henry Goldberg in third is on 1887. Yeah. Way of racing because we have a look at that. Is one of those things of could in theory be the case that they don't win. But when you look at the advantage that Spike has over the 1922 or over the Rise over the maximum points you get for is 8. So it's not like they can't show up, they do still have to show up. If you get what I'm saying there, right? The GTT Pride is Albert Costa, this fella who is championship. So in terms of the team, Saturday's Corvette 3 they are just ahead of Racing. Chevrolet are ahead of Ferrari in the standings, though it is, 46 points in it, and they're only 16 points ahead of Ford, who are only 18 points ahead of BMW. Porsche are quite a bit back, but then there's not much in the way of Porsche. Now, when it comes to the GTD Championship, it is still Ellison Ward, 28-17, and that one is pretty much Dalton Casper Stevenson in second, is on 25. So again, mathematics, statistically, we have a look at that when it comes to the classes on. We can have a close back for second, potentially a back for second. Racer versus Master Sullivan, Turner versus France, and then manufacturers, that is actually closer. These are 120 points between Mercedes and Ferrari, but that is something that we can make up because it isn't bad. Aston Martin are more or less out of it though, because they are Porsche, 25 points here at Lexus, so there looks like to be a three-way fight for third. With the insurance company as well, and then the time is on the moment. It's going to be a thing. Now, since the 1300 Tandy, there's Ron on the list on 36, Bamber Investment and Aiken on 33, 32 for Chaminade and Campbell, and Lawrence Lantours on his own 31. What do I reckon is going to happen there? Well, you do get 3 sections for the race of T Le Mans, one at hour 4, 1 hour 8, and 1 at the finish. So it could be that it's going to go in different directions. It could be that Porsche ends up sweeping it because it's different directions. I think that is probably more likely. It's 60, 30, 70, 39 was possible too. necessarily guarantee that they'll be able to benefit massively against the I reckon we could see it between the 70 and 60, and then the 60 and third. Could be sick, and then the 40 Wayne Taylor is battling against the BMW on 23, that's the 24, the 25 is on 22 type of JDC Miller. Now, because there was no Daytona for Aston Martin, they are pretty much on their own. They need some kind of miracle to beat the Lambo. It is possible. Road competition is also possible. Again, championship standings between the teams is close to BMW's on 26, Lamborghini's on 22, Aston Martin is on 14 again, hampered by missing Daytona. If they showed up to Daytona and made it full way through, that would be 8 points. They would level with Lamborghini going into the final round, which we would hope will be season predictions might go B2's Visual Garg and Dylan are on 32, and then you've got a bunch of drivers on 32, so you've got Ryan against the top of 3 points away of Gutierrez and Sauer. 3 different teams, Ryan Robinson, Gordon, Cameron Edgar, Hyatt, Ragno, Alvarez, Ford Day, Jeremy Clark is opening, and Benjamin Robinson. That is team license to Europe on 37, GPS in 32, Crowds right by 8. So it is going to be otherwise due to the Pro is a bit more bolted on. The Felipe Snow and Verhagen on 41, Harper and Hesser on 37, and Backer and Heinrich are on 31. So you can probably see a closer battle when it comes to the battle for third place. It's more or less bolted on here, I'll take, given that the one is 10 points clear of the 77 AO. If something goes wrong before the gate pick up the pieces, but I would be surprised if the 65 and 64 will potentially contend with Rexy. Though it's more likely we're going to have highway battle for place. I would say 75 down and then 64, 3, 4, and 14. Back on the 10. That's something really impressive. So BMW are pretty much guaranteed as well. So, whilst it's looking like the main championship is pretty much a world championship Tielemann will probably show that the Michelin Endurance Cup is anything but, and most likely they will be consigned to next. It's the same like we said. Either way, folks, thanks so much for watching and joining us as always. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed reading through all that stuff and reacting to it pretty much in real time. I haven't realised how the standings are looking at